Hello everybody, I'm Face, and today is just, one of them update videos the YouTubers like to call it. So this video, I'm just going to be rambling on about, stuff involving the channel. So you can tab out and do other stuff if you want. Probably should, because there won't be much going on over here. So, why did I stop uploading? Well, I lost motivation to do it. I was, working on the how to use stuff forever a while ago. But, after seeing the statistical side of things, I saw that nobody was watching those, despite asking for them. Let's see, the Himber one was like, what, 8.5 minutes, and Zulon was like 11 minutes or something like that. And the average watch time on both of those was less than a minute. One that told me people were skipping through the video, or nobody watched the full thing. Well, I mean, by nobody I mean majority, because you have to have a vast majority to get an 8-minute video down to 40 seconds. And basically I could infer that people were just skipping the part where I posted a visual of a set, and they just skip to that, write down the set or screenshot it and move on with their life, because who needs to actually know how to use the Loomian? Just give me the set and I'm now the best player in the game. Anyway, so nobody actually wanted the help, so thus the motivation to help died out. And along with that, later on, me and Ominous were chatting. This was before he had more subscribers than me, mind you. I don't know why it bugged me so much, and initially consciously I was like, cool, he makes more, his videos make, what, 3.5 times what my videos did, despite him putting zero, little to no effort. Not shooting any shade towards Ominous, because, that's just how life is. Some people just do better than others. It's whatever. But for some reason it really got to me that, little to no effort was doing better than, my analytical stuff, stuff meant to help others. But that also got me down and out of the feels of upload. But again, no hate towards Omnis. I don't really care. Good for him that he's getting stuff done. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I stopped uploading. People were asking where they were at. Don't worry, there will be uploads. I am, coming back. Do not worry. Uploads are coming back on a semi-consistent basis, I should say, and by that I mean I have plans on what I want to upload, but I'm not sure how how to schedule it out or anything. Plus I'm going through some stuff in life right now that makes things hectic, so I can't really work or set a schedule until I work that out, so I can plan around it. But I do have plans for uploads. Alright, so, sorry for the little cut. The cat needed something. And, so I'm gonna go over those written plans real quick. Well, I just have them jotted down on this little notepad document over here. As I said on my community post on the channel and on Twitter, by the way, I have a Twitter. If you want updates on things maybe not so YouTube related, although I actually talk more about YouTube on there than I do on YouTube. But yeah, link in the description, follow that, updates and stuff. Anyway, I did mention I was doing a beginner's guide, and yes, that is happening. I'm in the editing phase of that right now. However, I do have to let you know that this video that I'm working on right now is just the pilot video, because I've decided it's going to be a series rather than one big video, because as I said before, nobody really watches all of the video. Like whenever I post a video, like the analytical stuff, like making a tier list, the average watch time on my stuff is very low, so what I plan on doing is, since people like to skip to parts they want to see, I'm just gonna split the beginner's guide into separate videos depending on the topic, so you don't have to watch the video about the type chart if you know the type chart. So you could just skip that one entirely and go to one you may need, like what? I already drew a blank on all the topics I'm doing. Like I know I have a damage calculator part, a rallying part, TPs, UPs, not how to, not how to train something specifically, but just going over TPs, what they are, that kind of stuff. I do have the guide coming. It's just gonna be separate videos, like I just said. Anyway, after, so that's coming soon, like really soon. I do have, that sign about the cup I posted. Yeah, I do have another PvP tournament coming up. Well, it's already over, so it was a 16-man tournament, and yeah, so I'll be posting that tournament. That'll probably start next week, probably right on Monday, and I'll just upload until I'm out of videos for that. Anyway, okay, so planned series I do have. I have something, it's jotted down here as metagame staples, so that'll probably just be kind of like the metagame analysis I normally do, but it'll be limited to the actual threats rather than going over every single thing and tiering them, because those are very long videos and nobody really watches them. So maybe I'll just highlight the threats of the meta and why they're threats. So I'll still be doing that, but it's just more limited so that it's more desirable to watch. I have a little totem mini series planned, but I guess but that's on hold for now because Jamie's now talking about how the totems might change, so I can't make a video about its mechanics if I'm not certain about them, because then I'm not gonna make a video on unknown information. So that's on hold now until that settles down. How to use will come back. However, that is also on hold until totems come out, because I don't want to because totems are Lando said they'll be the next update, or by next update I mean with the next theater, but that's not guaranteed. But and I don't feel like making a guide about how to use El Iguana and then the next update being totems changes what it does entirely. Like maybe because of the threats in the third theater Loomian pool, it has to run a different set that involves the totems, and that would make that last video completely irrelevant. So I'm gonna wait on that until totems come out. Also, sorry about the eye contact. The camera's here, my notepad's there, so I'm looking off the notepad and not the camera. Anyway, so how to use will come back, and I'm talking about all this, but I'm also working, when I mentioned editing earlier, I'm gonna try and make things more visually appealing. The explanatory videos, I am probably not gonna have the face cam. Actually, I'm just not going to. I'm just gonna say that right now. Beginner's guide stuff, no face cam, because I struggle with expressing emotion on my face, so that just doesn't add anything to the video if you just have this kind of face just sitting here explaining everything to you. So that's out, and I will be, making more visual edits to make it more appealing. So, and that's going to apply in the how to use and all that stuff later. The tournament stuff, like PvP, I'll probably have a face cam because, sometimes RNG happens and reactions. But I also have to say this tournament will be post-com, because I haven't had any plans of, just recording general PvP videos, because again, Totems aren't out, so I don't want to make teams only to have to redo them because the process is really slow. Let's actually just get right into the whole general PvP plan. Currently, as it stands, rallying is entirely too slow. I complained about it in Brick Bronze, and somehow they made it even slower. Ugh. So, if rallying speed doesn't improve, I'm probably just not gonna bother with PvP videos unless, you know, the community throws Loomians at me and they're like, hey, use this, and then, you know, hopefully they're actually, you know, rallied to a usable point in PvP that I don't have to actually, you know, search for shards, because I don't have very many of those. And, you know, I don't use, like, the macros to farm them. I'm a legitimate player, guys. Imagine. Anyway, so that will depend on if rallying gets improved at all. So that's a maybe, maybe not. Anyway, let's go back to, okay, so another series I have planned is, if you've heard of False Swipe Gaming, that's a channel. It's a really neat channel. He goes over how different Pokemon performed in the different generations. Like, how good was what's one he's done? How good was Tyranitar in Pokemon? And he covers the metagames of generations 2 to 7 or 6, probably 7. I haven't watched him in a while. I need to see what he's posted. I really enjoy that kind of content. And then so basically I would just cover how good was, like, Zulong in Loomian Legacy, and except it'd have a different titles so that, you know, I'm not just a blatant ripoff. Still ripping off, but it looks like I'm doing something different. And I would just cover stuff like Zulong's presence in the different metagames, like patch 1 being when the PvP came out, patch 2 when Second Theater came out, patch 3, which is what I consider us to be in right now, or right now we're in patch 3.5 because Icicle and Eliguana were added because of the Christmas event. Patch 3 was Rally Ranch, patch 3.5 is Christmas event. So, yeah. So that's planned, but that'll happen later on in the game's life. Like, once we get, like, the 4th or 5th theater, I'll start doing that. You know, or maybe even later than that, I don't know. But that will eventually happen, because that sounds fun to do. Now, what else? Oh, right. I got this neat thing from the parents, which I'm thankful for. Ugh. See this? You know what this does? This allows, is this the cord long enough? No. Yeah, what? Nope, not long enough. But I'm holding a Switch in my hand. Or at least the Switch dock. It's in my hand. Well, now it's not. But it lets me capture this stuff. I do have Sword Shield. And I do plan on at least streaming that stuff. Like, prepare, because I've had it since release, but I haven't done any PvP breeding. And I just plan on doing that on stream. And then I can make, you know, PvP videos out of that. You know, I could do VGC and that kind of stuff, because singles battles are ruined with the 20-minute timer. Yay! So yeah, I can do Sword and Shield. That is the thing I can do. And I do plan to do it. I just don't know when. I could do it any time. Honestly, it's I'll probably, and by any time I mean when I could start streaming. And when I could start streaming is dependent on when life settles down. Anyway. So yeah. That's the situation. The beginner's guide, by the way, I will say that will that the pilot video should either come out tomorrow or Friday. So yeah, look forward to that if you're the kind of person that needs that. But again, it's just a pilot video. I'm not actually going to cover any topics in depth. It's just, you know, the roadmap for what to expect in it. Videos, like actual guide part, you know, the actual guide part of the beginner's guide should start coming out next week at some point. It's just whenever I get done with it. So yeah, I am coming back. It will be more semi-consistent on the uploads, and the content should be better visually. Maybe, hopefully y'all like it, as you know, I put a little bit of time into it, and we'll just go from there. Also, one last thing before we go, I did make a Discord finally. Like, I actually made it and not had somebody else make it for me, so that they, you know, could give ownership to someone else and then they delete it, you know? No, I'm not doing that anymore. I made my own server, and so I'll link that in the description. Come join it if you want, you know, to join the community. I don't know what to call this community because I chose a weird name. Anyway, yeah, that's the situation right now. Those are the plans. I might have left stuff out that I forgot, but oh well. Ask me questions in the comments below, and I might, you know, answer them. I'll probably answer them. Not like Q&A questions, just like, you know, about topics I've failed to cover or something you're curious about. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED. No. Yeah, hopefully y'all have a nice rest of the day, and see ya.